Hello, Fonschwein, and welcome back to the Eastern Front. We're back in this hellish battle here for the homestead, where we have taken quite severe losses, and several units are running out of ammo. Um, Infantry companies are being depleted. It's not looking good. Tanks, they're broken. They have no ammo. This one has, for example, taken up position here for some reason. Can't be ordered around. Life is not good right now. We're straight up not having a good time. We have some MG belts left for this tiger though, so let's try to get him a bit out here. Maybe he can intercept infantry that's moving along that way. Let's see here. This machine gunner is finding targets. That's nice. Yeah, here we can see the tiger is firing off with a coaxial MG. You should definitely be angled towards there. Cool. Let's see this T-34. Yeah, no MG ammo left. Bob platoon, which has been really defeated or depleted, is moving along here. Yeah, if they can just set up in this area, that would be good. As I said in the previous episode, we're really just looking for a ceasefire here from the Soviets. I took a look after the recording, just scanning the battlefield, and the enemy has suffered casualties. So I mean, nice work here from the MG gunner. The enemy has suffered quite severe casualties from just what I can see with my own eyes. But as well, I mean, so have we, and yeah, let's have this puck hole here. Maybe he can get some rounds off. Have the tiger hole here. So maybe, just maybe, we can get a ceasefire coming. We will obviously take it if we get it. These recon men are definitely not doing so good on ammo. We need to secure our supply lines heading forward in this campaign. Here we go. MG42 was spotting targets, however, not anymore. AT gun though. Why is it angled up like that? They're firing with their mouses, but that does us no good. Need this AT gun to start actually. What's wrong with it? Oh well. Hillary's gonna strike around here now. Doesn't do us that much good though. See if we can't move it just a little bit, and maybe that will solve its issue. Okay, for example, like that. Look at it bouncing. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that gun. I don't know. Okay, speaking of enemy, or speaking of AT guns, nice impacts over here. Speaking of AT guns, we do have this infantry gun of the enemy out here, which I'm, very unsure of how we shall deal with, or how we will deal with. That's good lines of fire here. We have our friendly tanks out there, but they're very low on ammo. Maybe they can get a shot off, I don't know. What is this man doing? Let's try to... Yeah, he got murked. No one's big surprise. See if we can't get on a line around here. Enemies firing smoke grenades among our positions. Which is interesting. Now Schwab platoon, or well, basically a squad, is getting contact here with the enemy. Seems like they're getting something done at least. No way, these guys are so hellbent on firing this way. Enemies are being reported around here. However, these Panthers here should be able to deal with anything that pushes up. As well as this MG team, which is also running low on ammo. Let's have the Tiger push up just a little bit more. Come on, man. These guys are not doing... They're firing with their Mausers. They don't like firing. Maybe they aren't... I don't know. I don't know why. Enemy contact over here, yeah. Well. Looks like we have good targeting vectors coming from the tanks over here, so... What little ammo they have left they should use. Okay. Let's hold the Tiger here and have him angle this way. Enemy grenades or artillery. This MG team was broken, yeah. Turret mechanism. Very interesting. Would much rather this Tiger look towards here, yeah. Damn, there's more and more Soviets coming, huh? We're gonna need these guys to set up towards here. This is the company or platoon mortar. But I cut platoon. So totally out of ammo. Here we can find some fighting. He's trying to kill this man with his MP40. And he got killed in return by a PPSH burst. Dang. This position is getting put under hard pressure from the Soviets. I don't know if they can hold. Here. You need to get it together, man. The enemy is right here. Wow. Played by his MG. By an MG gunner. Beautiful impacts there. Should have been over here though. But as you can see, guys, dead Soviets aren't hard to find here. So, I mean, it will be very interesting to see how many casualties they took in this game. And here we can see yet again they're pushing across. Let's get Schwab on the job. I would like for this gun to be able to do something, but nope. Angle the Tiger up here. Schwab is intercepting them nicely enough. Nice, the coaxial or the hull MG of the Tiger seems to be working at least. Nicely done. Here we can see them. You know, if you push across this rail here, and you've seen all of these guys over here dead, wouldn't you imagine? You would imagine almost that as a Soviet soldier, well, that's the thing with the Soviets, you know. But as a normally, well, functioning person, you would be thinking, should I keep pushing here? This man is running out of ammo. Down to his last belt on the MG. Dang. Can't push out here. They have this infantry gun back there. There's no use in it. And Schwab, you need to be looking this way, man. Who is firing? He is firing straight into the dirt. Oh, kill that Soviet, come on. Hold. Yep, we're getting him. But there's more over there. Now they're hard to spot because they threw smoke. Now the artillery strike on Sinolitsevka will commence. At this point I would have imagined that we would have already started making our way over there, but no. And these guys are caught up in a bad spot. Soviets have managed to infiltrate past our lines. I don't know how we will. Yeah, and there's the artillery strike on Sinolitsevka. I don't know how we will manage this battle. Maybe we can just wait it out. Yeah, and these men are retreating here. This position has turned into, I don't know what to call it even. Maybe, no, I don't know. Here we can see the Soviet. Oh, he disappeared. I can feel though that the Soviets are starting to lose a bit momentum, you know. It's more of these small individual squad-sized pushes now. I mean, that's good at least, but our momentum was lost way long ago. Here we have some infiltrators as well behind our lines. So here we can see they're very holed up in these reeds. It makes them hard to find, but it's also, you know, hard to find the enemy. Here they abandoned their gun due to being out of ammo for it. They will now work as infantrymen, these gun crews, and damn. In his lane, unbothered, moisturized. Schwab is just 6 men left in the platoon. Insane. This is what's left of a whole platoon. Right here. And this damn Soviet is... Yeah, stand up one more time, man. Stand up. Please. I beg of you. He seems to have been hit though. So that's good. Sporadic bursts into the enemy. However, it seems like the enemy has a gun position up here. Or a machine gun position. That is suppressing these troops. Seems like we have some enemies in Sinolitsevka as well though. So this artillery strike might not be for nothing, let's say. Let's have the Tiger push up further. This gun, totally useless in this situation. I don't know. It might be because it has no high explosive ammo, so they're opting not to use it. I don't know why. This MG42 also running out of ammo. Look. Soviets all around. Some of these Panthers do have machine gun ammunition though, so they can suppress, but it's a long distance. Here we can see our guns are firing, our artillery that is firing at Sinolitsevka proper. I don't know, maybe this is... I mean, this might be a bit boring to watch. I mean, I have no way of advancing. But I don't want to retreat either. This is... as we can see, this position over here. Sounds like a Maxim gun. Ceasefire. Let's take it. Let's take it. Finally. Ooh. Oh my goodness. I don't know, we will probably start the next battle here as well. In this episode, maybe. Probably. Otherwise it's gonna be a very short one, I think. Thank God we finally got a ceasefire. It's gonna be interesting though to see what hit our Tiger. Okay, yeah, you see. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, look at this. We were heavier, but I mean that's because we had all the tanks, I would think. But the tanks were unusable, so... But look at this, 19 of our platoons facing up to 40 Soviet ones, and we still managed to advance and take train. That's, I think, pretty good. 3-to-1 casualty ratio. Okay, so as we can see, the Soviets did take, you know, quite heavy casualties here. Let's see. They didn't have any tanks in the battle, that's interesting. Their command was very reduced, so was ours. Look at this. Halved. infantry also halved. But the Soviets did not do very much better than us. Oh my goodness. Let's see the statistics. I want to check out this panther. This one is totally out. Huh. Wouldn't you know? As you can see here, 8.8 centimeter SBRGR, Sprenggranaten. So those are high explosive rounds from our friendly Tiger, actually. So that was nice. Good work, man. Sorry if I'm salty, but can these guys please stop friendly firing each other all the time? I don't know what's what with these guys. And look at this even. This one also took a friendly fire here to the cupola from a friendly panther. Did you take any friendly fire? Nope. Bunch of Soviet pistol ammunition and one 14.5, so an anti-tank rifle shot, but nothing else. Now let's check out these guys. At least they were untouched by friendly fire. That's good. That's good at least. Oh gosh. We found a regimental HQ. Oh, these gas trucks which they had loaded up infantry and belonged to a regimental HQ. That's very nice. Here's a artillery regimental HQ as well. Oh, they had used the trucks in a very, very bad manner, I would say. We even managed to damage or kill some of these guys, so that might be from our own artillery. Regimental recon squad, I guess. Still here. Poor HQ over here. Okay, cool. Spotter. As we can see, their platoons are very, you know, they aren't faring very well either. Here we can see, okay, M42, huh? So just a regular 45mm, but it looks like the breech is way back for some reason. I don't know, maybe it should look like, I don't think it should look like that. Back here at Sinolitsevka, I thought this was a 57mm. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But these two should be these, yeah. So these are the infantry guns that we managed to knock out. We did manage to score some kind of impact on this one or damage it somehow, so that's good. That was about it. So a bunch of infantry. A bunch of Soviet infantry, but we managed to take some train out here, which is interesting. We haven't dislodged them completely here from the homestead, though. So let's take a look at the operational map and see what it looks like. Okay. Interesting. Platoon routed, yeah. Well, look at this. The infantry has been completely reduced. I don't know what we're gonna do here, guys. I'm gonna have to take a look at this. Let's see our next turn. Okay, so this was the situation of as of the 24th of August 1943. During the day, the Soviet units repeatedly tried to envelop Korotic from the west, but each time they retreated to the initial positions because of the heavy artillery fire from Stary Lubotin and I don't know what SVFM stands for, Komunyar. So Stary Lubotin is over here, and Komunyar is this one over here. Okay, cool. So here we can see shelling, breakdown of one of the tanks. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take a look at all of this off map for a second and get back to you guys when I'm done with that. So I will see you in a bit. Okay, so this is what I've decided to do this episode. What we will do is let the front line replenish for a bit. So how can you say it? I will let them just have a turn to repair and rearm and stuff until the last 2 turns, 9 and 10, in which we will do our final offensive operations. And in this turn instead, I will try to clear out a bit of these partisans. So maybe it will be a bit of a edited, episode where I try to. I actually had one of you guys comment and say maybe you can try. You said you want to edit some episodes or at least try it out. So maybe this will be it, because these battles are usually not that interesting. So I will try to, edit it so it's a bit more interesting, or we'll pick out the highlights. Here, especially, it will be interesting with this one. This is flame tanks, or flamethrower tanks. Anyway, I've put some, I've tried to really shuffle along the front line some units that are more usable. So for example, this ninth company I had to reinforce with a new platoon, and so maybe how can you say it? They are a bit usable again. Yeah, let's just see how it works out for us, because we might just get attacked. Yeah, we will get attacked here anyway. But here the partisans are trying to attack us as well. So yeah, I will just get into this battle and we will see how it works out. Okay, so as we can see, we are back here. Place which I thought we would have left by now, but this is basically where this is good partisan terrain as well. Forests and stuff, but we do have some flame tanks, so we will see. This is interesting though, that they're judged as arrived. They're far away from the combat though, so it should be fine. I will set everything up and I'll get back to you guys, so see you in a bit. Okay, so welcome back, guys. So this is pretty interesting. We do have an air spotter over here, which has put out that we will have some kind of airstrike over here. I did not choose the place where it would happen or anything. This is I don't know how this mechanic works, honestly, but yeah. Arrival of airplanes as well in 34 minutes, so that tells me that the enemy has some kind of air that we need to worry about. We don't need to be that, how can you say, crazy with it though. The enemy, when it comes to this, how can you say it, anti-partisan operations, because I forgot to do that, to order all my men around. Let's see here. So what I want to do is for anyone that's mounted up to dismount right now. Maybe that should work out. But that tells me that the enemy is arriving with airplanes in 34 minutes, which is gonna be very interesting. So let me just put all my tanks into concealment as well as I can. These guys are dug in, that should not be too much of an issue. But yeah, when it comes to these anti-partisan operations, you don't need to be that crazy with it, because the enemy should not be that powerful. I noticed they had some armored units though, so I mean, I'm not gonna be too dumb with it, but yeah. And also as well, this enemy air is ringing some bells as well of worry, it's making me a bit worried, but yeah. Other than that, these operations are generally pretty chill, let's send one of the flame tanks along there. This is an interesting piece of equipment, by the way. Look at this. The Panzer III, but the gun looks different, huh? It's a bit thicker than it should be. That's because it's not a main gun, it's a flamethrower. Anyway, we need to be a bit very worried about the enemy's capacity, but I mean, we shouldn't be scared of the enemy right now. We are definitely in control. So let's send, how can you say, these units out, clear out towards here, and these units to clear out towards here for now. So yeah, I will probably just edit this together, when or if we get any enemy contact, we will definitely have some airplanes arriving, so I'm gonna have to worry about these tanks a little bit though. I think maybe some of them can't move even, I believe, or maybe these guys are not immobilized, huh? Oh, first enemy contact. Some rifleman. Panzer IV, so we haven't seen these yet, I think. These are great tanks. Well, however, they are not as strong as they're like as the Panthers or Tigers. You know, we can't expect these tanks to just, you know, take T-34 rounds and brush it off like it's nothing, you know. Airstrike is interesting, by the way. Airstrike begins. I don't know, not spotting any friendly airplanes in the sky. Oh, here we go. Those are our friendly Stukas. Yeah, as we can see, we are really mopping up, and here we can see some even more. Just moving across the open field, huh? Hopefully we can mop this battle up before the enemy airstrike arrives. Oh, that's quite a hefty formation out here. Let's push you guys up like that. Okay, the enemy had... I mean, this is a lot of infantry. Usually when I play these operations, it's like, you know, maybe 20 guys the enemy has gathered, not this. And here we're taking fire, and here our Stukas are working. Let's just hold this formation. And let's just hold with all of these units. Let's have Ram move up like this. Scheffler move up like this. And have the tanks as well. They have MGs, these flame tanks, so they can do something at range. But I mean, look at this. The enemy is really, you know, more powerful than I anticipated. Our Stukas are working. This is interesting. Come on, guys. Get behind the puck. Take cover or something. I think these guys have MGs. Yeah. We have taken our first loss. I think it's Scheffler. Yep. I think that's his name. Yeah, Damian Scheffler. One of the platoon commanders. But we should be eradicating him here. Look there. That's a Stuka going in with the guns. We haven't seen this place, this train since, you know, the beginning of the operation. If you remember, we actually started out somewhere here. We started out with our Panthers, pushing all the way up here, taking Kominjar. Now we're back here. This is way more intense than anticipated. I have to be real with you guys. However, finally our Panzer III here is working. Let's see if we can't have these two tanks move up closer to the enemy. so they can get some use out of their flamethrowers. Oh. Enemy machine gun position. And obviously our infantry gets, you know, how do you say it? Suppressed instantly. Look at these men. Hovering for their lives. Retreat? I'm guessing it's from Scheffler. Yeah. Yeah, well, retreat as much as you want, guys. What the f... Okay. Now we're rolling up with a flame tank at least. I wonder what the range is of this flamethrower. I mean, usually tank-mounted flamethrowers can reach pretty far because they get so big. Let's just post them up right next to the enemy trench like that. See what happens. Look at this stuff. Just retreating instantly. Oh, Christ. I did not notice this. And you need to... Oh, look. Sick. That's amazing. That's awesome. The now platoon is retreating. Because, obviously... Let me see, what... Oh, they're... No, but they're experienced. They're regular experienced. They're pretty good, you know? Oh, these guys over here are getting into all kinds of trouble. A lot of enemies here. This operation was not as clear cut as one could imagine. I would say. That's just annoying. Like, what is this whole mechanic? Why do I have to fight this battle when these are units that have already been destroyed, you know? Just one more way to grind down my numbers. The enemy should start thinking about retreating, honestly. My guys shouldn't be the ones that want to retreat. I mean, look at this bloodbath. You can probably find, yeah, dead Soviets, dead Soviets, dead Soviets. Dead Soviets. Dead Soviets, dead I mean... You don't have to wander very far on this battlefield to find dead enemies. Look here, even the company commander is getting into the action. Beautiful. Now, maybe we will see, yeah, use of the flamethrower. That's cool. That's actually cool. Oh, here there's enemies. Huh. Okay. Let's do this then. Have this platoon push out like that. Actually, do it fast. Good. Good work, Scheffler. Now you can calm down a little bit, not move fast, and attack in this direction. Now instead, let's have them push up together with the flamethrower tanks. Scheffler can hold here. Bam can move towards this Rumyantsev over here. Yeah, under fire, I know, there's like 2 guys here. Just solve it, guys, come on. I was leading a platoon and we were getting holed up by 2 guys. And here we go, Soviet grenades. So tired of these grenades, man. Here we go. Every loss here is like, you know, you get a bit extra pissed off because why do I even have to fight this battle, you know? I might sound like a bit negative, but I mean this mechanic of this key point taken, yeah, good. But you know, this mechanic that you have to actually fight this battle is... I'm so unimpressed with that, honestly. I have to be honest with that. Or regarding that, I don't know. You know, I have when if I feel like something ain't right, you know, I have to say it. Okay, let's just cancel that order. Have these guys push out like so. Enemy contact? Yeah, enemies all over, man. There's a lot of terrain for us to cover as well. Yeah, and this enemy contact, one Soviet is running around like inside our lines, nobody's dealing with him. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce, that's a real, you know, if you're... that's some real unk shit. And that's, you know, not saying a lot. I know a lot of my viewers are like in their 50s or something, so if I say something like unk shit, they'll be like, what does this young whippersnapper even mean? It's like, no, like you said, it's something that only old people would know about. But awesome sauce is like a meme from, you know, or saying something like awesome sauce, that's some real millennial stuff, you know. And when you're like, I don't know, 50 years old or 60 or something, you know, a millennial is still quite young compared to that. So, I mean, that's a bit, you know, how can you say it? One of the more fun parts I think about this channel is that I've realized that, or realized, but I mean, just judging from the statistics that YouTube provides and also in the how people comment and stuff on these videos, I mean, it makes it a bit apparent that my viewer base is a fair bit older, I would say, or a bit towards the older side. Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, obviously, but there is like a discrepancy between my age group's culture, or how, like, I'm Gen Z, so, you know, like, what is culturally, how can you say it, not viable, but rather, you know, relevant for me and my audience. And I, of course, know there's some guys there that are watching that are the same age as me even, so, I mean, I'm not saying everyone that's watching me is like, oh my goodness, look at this shit. Because obviously there's like 5 Soviets holed up here. Because obviously. Jesus Christ. Let's just move up the tank like this. Taking so many unnecessary losses in this operation. Am I? Airstrike. Okay. Let's keep our eyes towards the sky then. See if it's our own airstrike or if the enemy has an airstrike coming. You never know. Oh, it's our own. Okay, beautiful. Thank God. Maybe that will finally, you know, put a nail in the coffin for this operation. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful bombing runs coming from the Junkers Ju-87 Stukas. He's probably gonna try to throw a grenade. Because every single Soviet soldier has like AT grenades all over him in this game. Like... Oh! He got swiftly dealt with instead of throwing a grenade, which was very nice to see. Okay. Finally our flame tank here is getting eyes on the enemy. Here we go. Beautiful. Now our infantry can push up, I feel. Man, I would like to have a... How do you say it? Talk with the developers of this game. And ask them what the reasoning was for this mechanic. That we have to fight, you know, battles when you have encircled the enemy. That they surface behind, like resurface behind your own lines. And then you have to fight them again. Probably they won't have any... There we go, ceasefire from the Soviets at least. I'm looking to make them retreat though. Probably the developers won't have anything nice to say in return. Because I have looked at the Steam forums, you know, and seen that they are very... very cold-hearted in their responses, you know. Someone's like, why is this mechanic like this? And they're like, haven't you ever thought about it? And it's like, well, obviously he's thought about it. He's writing this comment, you know. And I mean, I get it, kind of. I kind of get it, you know. Maybe you know, or well, at some point you have to be like, well, this is my game. This is how I want to develop it. Screw you guys, you know. Because like as a YouTuber, even like as small as I am, I have you know, or well, a lot of my comments are, you know, just asking for example, more and more tutorials, and I think that's probably partly it's like, okay, I'm not even good enough at this game to give you guys, you know, a proper tutorial, and also it's like right now I'm doing this, you know, playthrough, and what I post is like what I want to post. You know, at some point you have to be like, I will post what I want to, and you know, you guys that like to watch it, you like to watch it, and those that don't, they don't, you know. Or how you're gonna, you know, I don't know how to like say it, but I think you guys realize what I'm trying to get at here. At some point you have to, you know, just do something because you like to do it, and not because anyone else is telling you to do it. You know? I think that's how you maintain some kind of, you know, what you have to have fun when you do this stuff, because like, why would I be uploading these videos if I didn't think it was fun, you know? It's not a job, for me at least. I mean, I know a lot, I know some people, you know, make good money off of YouTube, but I don't think I could ever make real money playing Mius front, you know, so. And it's also like, you know, especially when it comes to YouTube, it's a way simpler thing to do than develop a game. So, I mean, if you want to see something else, or, you know, you want some other content on this game than the ones that I'm uploading, you know, you can record it yourself and put it out there. So, that's basically what I feel about the whole, how I feel about the whole thing. Like, there's not a huge barrier of entry towards doing YouTube. You know, if you have a computer, you can record it. And if you have like, you don't even have to have like a good microphone. When I started out, you guys know how my audio quality was compared to now. You don't have to have the best stuff. You can just post, play the game, and here we go, another grenade from the, and retreat is coming from here. Nice, This man was killed by a Soviet grenade. I could see the explosion going off. These guys have such crazy nades. Soviets do. Anyway, so what I'm trying to get at is like if you're like unhappy with something, for example, that's what it was for me when I started posting these videos. I think I'm the only one actually doing Mius front content in English, like at least in this manner, from what I can see, or what I've seen, and that's what was kind of like not disturbing me, or how can you say it, like I didn't. I believe that a game like this needs to have an active, player base, or how can you say it? Nice. I believe a game like that's this good. I mean, I've been complaining, I've been whining about the game throughout the whole episode basically, but it's just this mechanic which I really, hate. Otherwise, I think it's a really nice game. It deserves like someone that actually, likes it and posts about it and stuff. Have somewhere, where people who also like the game can engage with it and so on. And yeah, so that's something that I felt when I like took a look at YouTube and was like, oh, there was this guy, posting a lot of videos before, Tons87, I don't know how to say it, but he used to post a lot of videos on this game, but he stopped doing that. And I watched like a few of his playthroughs and was like, okay, this is nice. And then suddenly, it stopped. Or well, I realized, oh, he's not continuing to play this game. So why shouldn't I, start posting? No one else is, obviously. So that's where how we ended up here, basically. And I'm really impressed, honestly, with all the like feedback I'm getting. I mean, I'm making it sound like, oh, everyone's just whining about what I'm posting. That's not true at all. A lot of people really appreciate what I post. So, and that makes me happy, of course. And I'm really impressed with the feedback I'm getting, and like how many. Actually, I'm impressed with how many subscribers I've gotten, because like I never imagined that I would get anything more than, like, as I've said before, like 20 subscribers or like, 20 viewers per video. But we get a lot more than that. So that's, fun. And yeah, so I don't know what to say more than that. It's like, it's really fun, uploading and finding people that also, especially you guys that comment, that's really something special, I feel like, because then you actually get to interact with people online, people with shared interests and stuff. Our man is being hunted. What the heck just happened in this bush? Anyway, stumbled into a Soviet forest here, it seems. Captives taken. Nice. But yeah. So, I'm really happy about that, having managed to gather a small audience here, and by extension, creating a little community for the game. I know there are like some people posting on Reddit and so on about the game from time and time. But I mean, that's one that's something else, I feel like. Let's just hold everybody here. Wait it out a little bit. Look at this. A whole German squad basically just evaporated walking into this forest. And I would say main source of casualties in infantry combat in this game is, you know, grenades. I mean, my main source of casualties, at least as the Germans, is grenades and also those like submachine guns. Yeah, here we are taking fire. Well, so anyway, well, what I was trying to get at earlier is like, if I have anything to say, you know, to anyone that's like, you know, how can you say, if you feel like you're watching something and you don't like it, or even like if you feel like something should be out there, you know, for example, as I was when I watched current, how can you say, um, current posting of this game online, you know, there was basically nothing. You know, just do it yourself, you know? You don't have to wait for anyone else to do something. If you want to see it done, get it done, you know? I bet there's a lot of players out there of this game who are really good at the game and, you know a lot more than I do, at least, about it. I could post really nice tutorial videos. I will, of course, make some tutorials, but, you know, I won't do it at anyone's command, is what I'm trying to get at. And I will probably never post any videos on command either, because, I mean, there's one thing if someone comments something and it's, you can clearly tell it's coming from, like, a good place, or how can you say it, you know, when they're writing something and they mean well with it, you know. And you can also tell when someone is almost, you know, demanding something like, to post more tutorials now. It's like, yeah, I will, just calm down, you know. And here we go, taking more and more casualties from the Soviets here in this forest. I'm gonna try and just totally surround them here, see if that helps. That's one thing I've noticed with this game. I feel as if the Soviet infantry, especially like in close quarters and such, it's so deadly, you know, in a way that, um, from what I can tell, having studied, you know, the Eastern Front and so on, especially, you know, reading first-hand accounts, I wouldn't say that the Soviets were, you know, this superior in fighting. I don't know though. Maybe the Soviets were secretly superhuman. Okay, now we have this little Soviet completely surrounded here. Let's just do this. Everyone attack move towards the middle. Okay, let's hold here. And then we go one more casualty, of course. Oh, and there goes 2 men. There goes one other. And there we go. Nope, he's not dead yet. One would imagine you would surrender at this point. Here goes two more. And there we finally got him, I think. Let's take the ceasefire off of that. I don't know what to say. In the defense of my infantry. Because you could see for yourself. This is, I mean, completely inexcusable performance. I don't know what to say. Honestly, I don't know what to say about that. These Soviet men are, you know, heroes of the Soviet Union, one and all. And my guys should, you know, be, I don't know, court-martialed. Let's see here. Bomber called airstrike. Okay, we got a new achievement, guys. We even managed to lose one platoon. I don't know how. Okay. 3-1. We did not manage to gain a very good casualty ratio. I mean, this is decent, but I mean, come on. The Soviets had no tanks, at least. That's nice. Wow, we did manage to put a dent into them, though. This is good. Oh, and Panzer IV needs repairs. Let's see why. The engine was broken, huh? We cannot see. Oh, it got hit by a anti-tank rifle in the side. That will do it. That will do it. Interesting. Panzer IIIs are good at least. So yeah, here we can see Soviet infantry that's been very hardly, or you know, very reduced because of the I mean, overwhelming firepower we brought onto them. Let's check these guys out though. I want to find okay. So here we have some recon soldiers. I'm guessing that's the squad. Oh well, as we can see here, killed personnel 21 from this one squad. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's take a look at the operational map, shall we, and see what's happened. Okay, so we've managed to clear them out a little bit here, which is good. We will hopefully get to, or we will hopefully keep on doing that in further episodes. I will probably do that off cam, you know, I mean, whilst this big push on the northern side here keeps going. So all of this stuff will happen off cam, but I mean, I'm just very, you know, I'm PO'd, pissed off that I have to even do this, you know. We're looking at a draw, but the arrow is pointing upwards, so maybe we'll get a victory out of this campaign in the end. And here we can actually see that we're being attacked by the Soviets. So in the next episode, we will have some action as well around here, or still on this turn, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Which is gonna be very interesting. We can see there's a lot of HQ units here from the Soviets. Only 3 battle groups who have who are actually, you know, units that are made to fight. So that will be interesting as well. We can probably, hopefully, get some good results out of this. So it seems like the big Soviet, the actual, how can you say, fighting is against these encircled partisan units here. And up here, we're only dealing with, with the second grade units almost. So that's interesting. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a bit different than usual, and I felt like I maybe was a bit negative throughout, having, but you guys can understand when you really think that something is, why am I having to do this, and then you do it, that it's usually not that much fun. And I'm a complainer, I will do something. If I don't want to do something, I will do it, but I will complain whilst doing it, which might, not be the most fun to watch, maybe. But, maybe. You guys keep watching. The guys that keep watching, they keep watching. So, I'm really happy to have you here. I'm real happy that, I have people that like watching these videos. Anyway, I'm gonna quit yapping now, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, do take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.